Hi, welcome to Chef Tips UK with me, Chef Ricky. It's been a while, I know, I apologise for that, but today we're doing leek and potato soup. I did want to do a few more videos on the barbecue for you folks, but I mean, the weather this week in the UK, it's just been raining constantly. It's possibly been the wettest week since the release of 50 Shades of Grey. I've heard that officially from the BBC too. So, let's get started. If you're brand new here, hit that subscribe button. Real simple, leek and potato soup. Butter, purely optional. I just love my butter. As you know, if you've watched these videos before, I've got a couple of onions, garlic, leeks, potatoes. So, let's get started. So, first thing I've done is I've got a nice big sort of saucepany sort of thing. You want to get a lid for it, because we're going to boil the potatoes in it. I've just got it on as low as possible, and I've got half a block of butter here. Like I said, purely optional. You can just use some like this little spray stuff if you want to be healthy and stuff, but you know, full fat, full flavour, you know the one by now. So I'm going to let that just soak in there, and I'm just going to show you what I've done with the leeks. All I've done is topple and tailing them, and then with this bit, I kind of like the darker green bit. I don't really want it. I want the soup to be quite pale in colour, sort of like a really nice creamy sort of white. And then I'm just going straight in half of the leek onto the solid surface. And then it's only for soup, so just roughly, nothing special. I'm just roughly sort of slicing it up like that, and then getting it in here. Lovely. Right, so if you have a look in here, this butter isn't even bubbling. I don't want to burn the butter, just really low, just melting it down. I'm going to add the onions, and that seems like a lot of butter, but all these onions and stuff are just going to soak all that up. I'm just going to keep it still on low. I don't really want to put any colour into the onions. I want to keep it a nice pale colour. If you start caramelising them onions, it's going to affect the colour of the soup. So I'm going to add them onions. Because I've got it on so low, I'm just going to add the garlic as well. That's 2 cloves of garlic. And then I'm just going to wait for about 5 minutes, and then I'll add the leeks. So literally, I'm just stewing this down really low. I'm probably going to come and stir it every minute or so. I just want to cook these out for about 5 minutes. Like I said though, on low. We want the onions just to slowly cook out. Don't want any colour on them. Right, so one thing you can do while you're waiting for your onions to cook is I've got 2 potatoes here. I've got some Maris Pipers. I pretty much use Maris Pipers for like everything. They're just such a good versatile potato. I'm just going to peel these, chop them up, and add them into a bowl of cold water. This is just going to allow some of the starch to just wash out and just drain out. So get your potatoes peeled in a bowl of cold water, ready for later. Right, so the potatoes are chopped up. If you want to just see how I've done them, just sort of like, you know, a rough, not too small. So I'll just say some like medium cubes. If you look down here, the onions are starting to go nice and translucent. That's when I'm going to add these leeks in. I'm going to like add these leeks in and then let them stew down, because these are quite big and stuff at the minute. Once they stew down, they're going to get smaller in that. So whilst I'm stewing them down, all I'm going to do is just whack that lid on them. Boom. Just like that. Right, so it's been stewing down for about 10 minutes now. We just can see the leeks are starting to like wilt down a bit. Still on low, as you can see, look in there, there's not really any colour in there. I'm not caramelising anything. I want to keep it as pale as possible. I'm going to add a little cheat. I love these things. These little stock pots. I love them. Drop them in like that. Boom. They're ever so good. Well better than them sort of like the powdered stuff you just add to hot water. And what I like to do with them is add them straight to the pan, and then sort of just start cook it off a little bit in it, look. So I'm just going to mix that all in with all these leeks. And what I've also done is boiled the kettle, filled a jug up with some hot water, because it's a lot easier. It will come up to temperature a lot quicker and stuff if it's hot water. And I'm just going to add that to them there. And then the potatoes. Right there for a minute. So these have been just chilling in some cold water. The water's gone quite cloudy because of all the starch coming out of the potatoes. And then we're just going to add them into there, just like so. I probably could do with a bigger pan, but I'm just going to rock that one. I'm going to make it work, as always on this channel. And then all you want to do is make sure all the potatoes are evenly covered, get them all in there, and then we're going to bump up the heat a little bit, not too much, get that lid on, and then we're just going to cook that out into the potatoes, just pull apart. So you know, you could just pinch them in your hand and they'll just pull apart, and then we're about done. Simple. So yeah, really easy recipe here. Really nice sort of like winter warmer sort of thing. I know it's the middle of summer, but I mean look, wow. Look at it, look. It's sunny again now. It was raining like 5 minutes ago. So yeah, I thought I'd do a nice little sort of rainy day dish, we'll call it. Leek and potato soup. Nice little rainy day dish. So I'm going to cook these potatoes out and we'll see you in a bit. Right, so this has been stewing away for about 10-15 minutes now, a lot longer at all. And I've had a feel of a few bits, and as you can see, you just want the potatoes just about to break up, just like that. So I'd say that's almost ready. So I've got 200 millilitres of full fat cream, the double cream. Some places, some regions in the world like to call it heavy cream, double cream, whatever you call it. 200 millilitres of it. So I'm just going to add that into this and then just slowly bring it into the boil. Because this is hot, it's come up to the boil pretty quickly. So that, for me, is about done. So all I'm going to do is take that off the heat, we'll move my lid out of the way, move some of my tent tools, I'll leave them there, I might need them. I've got this sieve thingy, whatever it's called. What are they called? Colander thing? Yeah. As you can tell, proper game with all the chef jargon here. And I've got, if you remember my tomato soup video, I've got a really nice little blender here. I've got this, we're ready to go. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this into here. And then, because I'm probably going to have to do this in 2 batches, I'm going to add some of the solids and then add a bit of the liquid and zap it, and then just keep doing that. So I'm just going to scoop this into here, trying not to make a lot of mess. Knowing me, I'm going to make a load of mess. So I'll catch you in 5 once I've made a complete mess and cleaned all that mess away. So it looks like I've done a wonderful job of it. Right, so I've separated that, and look at that, I made no mess whatsoever. Honest. So I've got some liquid here. I've got some liquid in the bottom of there, and then I've got all the solid stuff here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to this. It might do it in one actually. Add some liquid and then just keep doing that. I'm probably going to cut this bit because this is probably going to get really messy, and I'm going to have to clean all the kitchen up all again like I just had to do. Oh no, I said I made no mess, didn't I? No, I didn't just have to do that. So I'll see you guys in 2. Right, so I'll move this now. I've got a little bit in there. So as you can see, I'm not going to fill it up fully, and then I'm going to slowly add this. One thing I will say is obviously this is really hot, so obviously be careful when you're handling it because it is warm. And I'm just going to put some liquid in there, sort of like, I'm just sort of gauging it, just sort of gauging it. It on. If it needs to be thicker, I'm going to add more of the food mix here. If it needs to be more thinner, I'm going to add the water stuff. So this is, you sort of like gauge it yourself. So I'll get this back on and I'll let you know how it gets on. Right, so I've been blitzing this, and then I'm just going to check the consistency. So I'm having a look at this, and obviously this is all personal preference. If you like this, to me, looking quite thick. If you like it like that, perfect. If you want it a bit thinner, add some more of that. Personally, for me, I think that is just how I want it. So what I'm going to do to that then, is I'm just going to drop it into a bowl. And then I'm going to repeat the process again and add that to the bowl, and I'm going to season it all together. So rather than just seasoning one batch and then another batch, I'm going to add it all together and season it together. So this has made quite a lot of soup off, you know, not really much ingredients, but obviously adjust the recipe if you want, and obviously you can always just freeze some down and use it whenever. Right, so I've blitzed all my soup up here, it's all in the bowl. My blitzer is really good. I don't really have to sieve it. So depending on if you're using a hand blender or something that's not as good, you may have to sieve it. So just taste it. If it tastes grainy or anything, sieve it. This is smooth as. All I'm going to do now is season it. So I'm going to add like a little pinch of freshly cracked sea salt, and I'm going to add a little bit, only a little touch of white pepper. I don't want to add black pepper to it, because especially freshly cracked black pepper, I'm using ground white here, because what that'll do is you'll have like little black bits of pepper in it. I don't really want that. You look at the colour of that, it's really nice and pale. It looks like Leek and potato soup. And I'm using a whisk here, just to whisk in the seasoning, just so it all gets there. Oh. And that is really nice. I'm going to add a little bit touch more salt, just because, you know, I'm a little bit chefy, and we kind of like to season everything so it's really nice. So obviously if you're a bit conscious of adding too much salt to something, you can leave the salt out. It tastes good without it. It'll just taste that much better with a little bit of seasoning. And that's the one. That is spot on. Really nice, really creamy, lovely hint of leek in there. That's probably the best leek and potato soup I've ever had. So, try it out yourself, guys. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter. I'm posting on there now and again. I'm trying to get a bit more consistent with it. Just a massive shout out. We've got over 100 subscribers now. Really good to see you folks being interested and keen in the videos, and that's what makes me keep coming back into HQ, recording these videos for you guys. So anything you want to see me cook, drop it down in the comments below. Until next time, guys, you know the one by now. Keep on chefing.